Hello and welcome back to the another episode of the Intelegencia Podcast. Today is a very special episode because we have a very special guest on the Intelegencia Podcast where you get to know everything about Intelegencia and much more. So today we have with us AVP of Client Success and Digital Marketing Operations, none other than Varun Goel, to talk about Intelegencia and the use of AI in the service industry. So we will discuss about it, talk about it, talk about some examples that we have recently experienced with clients and what is happening in the market overall. So let's begin today's episode with Varun Goel.
Thank you, Ajit. Thank you for inviting me.
So, sir, let's start with your introduction and how has been your experience with Intelegencia.
Since you also said AI, I tried getting some sort of, one-liner about me. Didn't work as such, but then with Intelegencia, I have been associated with them for almost 15 years now.
Wow.
Started when this company was in the basement and we grew, we did a lot of work across multiple domains. A long story short, now I head the digital marketing and customer success.
Right.
My role primarily is about at the intersection of where the customer success and delivery meets, making sure that my team stays sane, my customer stays happy. That's where my role comes into the picture.
Great to know, sir. Great to know. We all know, sir, in day-to-day life and how he has been functioning with the team, especially digital marketing team. It has been great working with him. My personal experience has been wonderful till now, and I hope that it stays the same. Let's come to the topic, and I think AI has been very interesting to talk about, to learn about, to understand. My personal experience has been very different from what people say. Being from a content side of the business and creative side, I have been treating, and I've talked about this in my previous episode also, that I've been treating AI like an intern. Like I learned from the AI models. I use it for research, but recently I have seen a lot better output. So question comes to ki how is it affecting the service industry, or is it even affecting the service industry right now?
It is a good question. I think it is definitely affecting the service industry, but not in the way it has been said in the news. People are worried about, hey, AI can get my job, I will be replaceable. Yes, you are replaceable, but not in a negative way.
Okay.
What essentially happening is AI is basically helping all of us to reduce the redundant task. For example, like you need to create multiple reports and send it to one person on day-to-day basis.
Right.
That if you are working on it, you have a lot of other things on your plate. Why not use AI, automate few of the things, and get things done? Easy for everyone. Now, if you think that is going to replace your job, I think it is not because of AI. It's because somebody smart coming in and helping you out. So if you are able to use AI, like you said, as an intern, it's definitely going to help. It's helping the industry. We are doing a lot of good work. It's not going to replace those who don't, it is not going to replace any job to begin with, but it is definitely going to replace those who are not using AI. So if you know how to use AI, you know how to automate your task, I think the life will be easy, and it's going to help you a lot, not just in getting things done, also to maintain your work-life balance to an extent.
Yeah, I completely agree with that, because AI has been helping me with a lot of research actually, which earlier we used to go on Google and type things and go to different links and read about it. So it kind of summarizes things a lot quicker.
True.
And I agree that it will not replace jobs as of now, at least unless we venture into some science fiction world. I think it is not going to replace, and I mean we all should embrace the AI revolution, if we can say. This reminds me of a very recent example, and I think people would be like, our listeners will be more clear about how things are happening. So recently what happened, one of our clients demanded that a wireframe very quickly. It was very urgent to them. They had a review. There was very short period of time that we have to deliver it. So what happened that I searched for some AI models who can deliver wireframe to me, and I found one. I used ChatGPT also. I put some input prompts in it, and I got 2 outputs. So I showed it to my UI UX person, and to my surprise, she was happy that the output was great, and she was little concerned that the output was
Much better than her.
Yeah. And it came out in just like 15-20 minutes. It was just a matter of few prompts, and there was the output. So, but then she kind of had her own input in that, a little bit of changes here and there, but within 2 hours I think we were able to share it with the client. So like you said, that people need to be part of the AI evolution. Do you think that one of the I would say departments or a part of service industry is under threat because of these kind of outputs?
I won't say under threat, but yes, it's going to be challenging.
Right.
Challenging because earlier we used to do, as you said, we are spending a lot of time in research, trying to go through different sources, spending time on multiple, sites just to collate the resource, and then you have different other things to complete. So turnaround time definitely helped. It is widely used in a way where creativity is getting challenged now.
Right.
You have a certain way of thinking, certain way of doing. Now that has been challenged. So the example you gave, UI UX. What if the resource that you have been working with was not able to give you the right outcome?
So that's a good question.
Right. So we are not saying that that resource is incapable. It's just that we are giving that resource a wider thought process, saying that why not think like this? So if you can reduce the amount of research you are doing or amount of time you are spending on the research, come up with this framework via ChatGPT or any other tool you are using, take a guidance from it based on your input and come up with the right solution. That helps. So initially, for any wireframe or any proposal for that matter, in the sales, it used to take a decent amount of time. And we have to chase a lot of people, a lot of tantrums around.
To gather all the information.
Pretty much. Like,
Yes.
Cross-functional collaboration is never has been easy.
Right.
Now, if you are using AI for no matter what purpose, if you have that information handy, you can ask the right questions and push the resource to do the right thing. End of the day, if you are able to get back to the client on the time and collate their feedbacks on improving it, that matters. Not just first, doing 3 iterations internally, making sure that everybody is happy. That doesn't work anymore.
What happens with clients usually?
Precisely. So you have your dummy client as a form of AI who is probably going to challenge you.
Yeah.
You come up with the best solution, alternates, and share it with the client.
And that's an excellent point. It works as a filter as well.
Exactly.
You can create a scenario where you can challenge ourselves, right?
True.
And find out creative. You mentioned about clients and delivering them. How has been the reaction of clients with AI coming in with a lot of things, like even in content? And I can speak about content, but overall, how has it been? Are they demanding it? How are they reacting to it?
So there are 2 parts of it. One is client onboarding. That is something what we do.
Right.
We have been trying to automate a lot of client onboarding stuff, which actually reduce the turnaround time a lot. So clients are loving it. Now, initially we used to take at least 2 to 3 weeks to onboard them, get the things moving, create the accesses and all, paperwork and everything. This has been sorted. So that's one part. But second part is, I was recently on the call with one of the client, and I remember I posted on LinkedIn on a post around it. They were like, hey, we want to be on top ranking in ChatGPT through AI. And I was like, can you just come again? That's not possible.
Right.
So you mean to say that you are on the top rank on Google?
Maybe they are leaping ahead.
Right. So they're like, no, we want to be visible on ChatGPT. I'm like, that is not how things work.
Right.
So any call I'm going nowadays, they want like, hey, why we are not there on these tools and how else we can do. So their understanding is very limited right now.
Right.
They feel that just because it's a digital marketing world, AI can help you to come up.
We can put
That is
them
not
there.
just about it.
Yeah.
You need to take an example of content. You are coming up with a lot of content. Why don't you automate some processes?
Right.
Help the content writers to focus on the critical things rather than worried about structure or worried about the framework or the thought process. So what essentially is happening is we are spending a lot of time in training our customers, giving them consulting around how many doors AI can open for them, not just worried about their rankings or basic reportings to be managed. That is easy. They have been doing it unknowingly. They just don't know it.
Has it been useful in reporting also, like analysis and creating reports?
To an extent,
maybe dashboard making.
To an extent, yes. Again, my point is the initial thought. Replacing the jobs.
Right.
AI is definitely helping with the dashboard. But if you are not capable to read that dashboard, you don't have a human touch around it. It's useless, right?
That
So
has to be there.
you can use AI to create a beautiful dashboard, good analysis. But can you validate it? Can you make a story out of it? That's where you need a human.
Also, I think currently AI is not that much evolved that it could, do things in a 100% manner. Like from content perspective, I can say that whenever now after ChatGPT and other AI models, when we write content, a lot of things we see is an over the above input. Like if we are asking to write about some, let's say some data. So I personally have seen a lot of input, like it puts up to 80% cost reduction without any prompt. Yeah, without any source, and they don't cite sources. I think Gemini does.
Yeah.
But so that has been happening. I think it's not 100%, and that is why I think the human touch is very very much required, especially with creative and dashboard or reporting part.
See, the experience always comes.
Right.
If you are a fresher and if you are using a ChatGPT to create a report, you and I both know what kind of output it will right? Rather, if you are 20 years of experience and you are using AI to get certain things out, you know what is wrong in that. So you can validate, recheck, and come up with the right solution. That's where the difference comes in. So AI cannot be 100% correct because it is feeding you the data which actually many of us has fed it via different articles or different sources. End of the day, it's you who need to validate it. So, as I said, no human can be avoided or they have to be part of that process. It's just that it is basically helping you to elevate the way you have been thinking, evolve the way you have been using tools, and if that is happening, you are actually reducing the time to come in front of your potential clients or prospects, making sure that you are doing the right thing.
Right. So let's say, or I think it has become a fact that it reduces time and helps with the correct output.
Yeah.
Has that affected the overall cost of work, or has that helped us to bring down the cost of, let's say, execution or what we are giving to the client? I'm like, we cannot reveal the exact cost, but in a general manner.
See, total cost of ownership has been improved for sure. Initially, multiple resources. For example, you are into content. You came up with some thought process. You wrote the content. Then you are validating it, spending a lot of time in researching, and then cross-validating with the client.
Right.
Then suddenly, something has changed, and you are redoing the entire stuff. So, amount of time has been saved, which is one portion of your total cost of ownership. The resource cost has been saved because now you can save your time in bringing the right outcomes. So that has saved. Customers are happy simply because we are giving them multiple options which are more relevant, more in line with their personas.
That has been a great.
So I would say, I won't comment on the cost as per se, but I would say total cost of ownership has been improved. Customers are seeing ROI out of it. Now, whether they are spending crores or millions of dollars in it, that's based on the requirement. But again, the amount of resources we used to put, I think that has improved a lot. Now the efforts have been reduced. So earlier something used to take 10 hours, now we can do it in 5 hours. So you can see the difference. So somewhere that cost is getting passed to the client as well, and they are happy about it. The business
so in
is
an overall manner, it has helped.
True.
Now, where do you see this whole AI evolution 10 years down the line? Or do you think like it will cause some disruption? It has already caused disruption. So where do you think it is going down 10 years down the line?
I wish I could answer that. 10 years down the line, we don't know. Maybe we'll have another podcast 10 years down the line.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the way I see it is, if humans don't align or start using AI in a right way, nothing is going to change, right? But if they start using it in a proper way, the way it is supposed to be used for the right purpose, for the right things, ethically, I think we will be very evolved in terms of how we are catering to the clients or the businesses or the industries.
Right.
That being said, I think the overall nature of the business will improve. People will start getting more time, which is more important for them, so that they can spend time on learning, work-life balance. I think these are all things going to be improved over the period
Right.
of time. Whether it's going to disrupt anything more, I think it has already disrupted a lot of things.
It has,
Right.
completely.
So again, the difference between disruptive and evolution is based on the individual. I won't
Right.
comment on it. So if for me it has been helping a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I see that the more customers I speak with, I'm evolving. Same way the AI is helping me in achieving that. So maybe I would say 1 year down the line to begin with.
It could, yeah, of course. I mean, anything could happen.
True.
We are seeing the evolution. We have, talked about AI and a lot of things related to it. But on a concluding note, what would you like to say to the newcomers or freshers who come to the service industry? What they should look for, or how they should be? Is there any kind of preparation you would like to suggest to them, considering that AI has now become part of the industry?
I think the only suggestion I can give to them or advice I would say is learn how to use AI.
Right.
Spend some time in prompt engineering. It is useful. You don't need to be afraid about your job because of it. You are basically helping yourself to stay ahead in the competition, because not everybody is aware about how to use AI. And if you can spend time in learning and mastering it, I think it gives you edge.
Right.
So spend time in learning, spend time in improving your prompt engineering, and that's about it.
Rightly said. Right. I totally agree. And to all the freshers and who are starting out, definitely go for AI, learn about it, understand, read about it as much as you can. And just not freshers, I think.
Even everybody,
yeah.
I mean, including us.
I think everyone, whether or not in service industry, the engineers, the creatives, the
DevOps,
BPOs,
security guys,
everyone should
everyone.
embrace AI, I think. Learn more and more about it. We are learning it. Intelegencia is doing a lot of things with clients, in collaboration with clients, to include AI in the automation process, and we will see a lot of happenings around it in Intelegencia and in the market.
Exactly.
So I think that's a great thing, and definitely, like Varun rightly said, and we have been talking about it, that it will not replace your job, because you are the one who can only nudge your bosses about things. AI won't do it, and there always be, I think, human touch to things.
Absolutely.
And this is what differentiates a great company, I think, from a good company.
Exactly.
So that emotional note that we bring to the client and to the work that we do. With that, we will conclude this episode, and thank you so much for being on the podcast. This is our third episode, and it has been great chatting with you about a very interesting topic of AI. Hopefully, we will have another episode on certain topics. With that, stay tuned to the Intelegencia Podcast. This is your host, Ajit Kumar, and I'll be back with another podcast with another guest, and we'll talk about some very interesting things, what is happening in Intelegencia and in the world regarding technology, service, and other things. Till then, keep doing the good work, stay healthy, stay happy. See you and meet you in the next episode.
Thank you, Ajit. Really
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Varun.